Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 199, and I am so glad that you're here today. We are talking about how many of you new business owners keep doing more things in your business because you can. This is a little bit related to last week's episode, if you listen to 198 about creating work instead of creating customers and clients. And I want to talk to you more about this today and help you see it in another perspective, that just because you can do something in your business does not mean you should. You're taking away time from other clients. You're taking your focus away from what you should be doing best. And the list goes on. We're going to talk about that today and how you can stop doing that. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. I have no doubt it's going to help you along your business journey, whether you are in the idea stage, planning stage, starting stage, or growth stage. This podcast is for you. I want you to know right now that yes, you can turn your passions and skills into a successful new business. So if you are new here, I want you to get plugged in, okay? Because you do not need to be going through this process alone. Starting a business is scary. It takes a lot of courage. It's confusing. It can be overwhelming. But let me tell you, it will be one of the best things you ever do in your life. So get plugged in. How can you get plugged in? Number one, I have a free Facebook group called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. It's waiting for you right now. All you have to do is go down in the show notes. So if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, scroll down below the episode. I have some show notes, and there will be a link to my private Facebook group. It's called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. When you click the link, it's going to take you to Facebook. And then when you get to Facebook, it's going to ask you 3 quick questions. Okay. So those 3 questions, you're going to answer those. You'll be in a holding pattern just for a little bit until I can review your application really quick. And then boom, you will be in the group, and I'll be so excited to have you. You can now post questions. If you need help with something, you need advice, you want to share something with the group, you can post those in the group. A lot of you think that these are silly questions that you're posting, and they're absolutely not. They are the same questions that everyone else is asking. But maybe some people are scared to ask, but you're not. You're going to post them and get help. So make sure you do that. I also have some free downloads for you. If you're in the idea stage and you need help kind of figuring out what type of business you're meant to start, scroll down, make sure you click that below and get the 5-page guide. It's called an Ikigai guide. And then also I have 16 steps for starting your business. It's a checklist. It's so handy. People love it. You can keep it out on your desk and you can go through and make sure you're doing everything. So thank you to all my new listeners. I'm so happy you're here and to get you plugged in. And I wanted to give a shout out to my Grow Getters and those in my Just Getting Started group. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are doing awesome things. And I'm so proud of each of you. Every time I get on a call, I'm just overjoyed at the progress that you're making and the vulnerability that you share. It's just been so wonderful. And so thank you also to all my loyal listeners. Y'all are awesome. And that's it. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. How are you? How is everything going in your business? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to hear. Y'all know I love when you post in our Facebook group on the weekly post. So if you're new to the Facebook group, I do the same weekly posts every week, and it just kind of keeps you accountable and keeps you focused, and you know what to expect. Like Mondays, we do Imperfect Action Monday posts. And so what you do is post below there and share what you're working on that week that's imperfect action, meaning you know it's not your best work, but you are getting moving, you're getting going. And that's the whole point of this group. And for me to be talking to you here on the podcast is to get you motivated and make you see that if you don't start taking the first steps imperfectly, this is never going to happen. You're going to keep trying to perfect everything and do everything in this like super stellar way. But what happens is you get stalled and you don't actually get open. So anyways, I am so proud of y'all. I love all the imperfect action. And then when y'all share your wins on Wednesdays, I just think it's so uplifting and awesome. And I'm so happy for you. Today, I'm talking about how some of you continue to keep doing all the things in your business, and it's actually hurting your business. You keep doing everything because you can. Okay. And this is not a good thing right now. This is not a good thing for your business. And I know some of you are like, but wait, I can do it. I can do these things. Let me give you some examples of what I see new business owners doing. And you have to see if you do this too. Okay. So here's the first thing that I see new business owners do. Okay, get ready. See if this is you. Is that they go out of their way to completely bend over backwards and do anything and everything to get the sale so they can get a happy client, and they end up resenting it. Okay, is this you? Have you found yourself agreeing to add something to an order that people wanted that wasn't normally what you offer, or that you would offer a discounted service so that they would add it, or that you would ship to Asia when you've never shipped overseas? Like, these are examples of things that new business owners do to bend over backwards for their clients because they're so eager to get those first sales and need them that they're almost desperate, and it's coming out of a desperate and or people-pleasing place in their body. That's where it's coming from. Have you thought about that? The ways that you're bending over backwards for your people just to get a sale, are you really doing it because this is what they need and this is smart, and you are happy to do it, and you're actually making money doing it? It's the right thing for them, and you just know that this is what you need to do. That's one thing. If you do really know, you know what, I should have offered it this way, and so I'm going to do this for this client. I may have to eat the cost, or I may have to, redo it or whatever. Sometimes you have to do that. But in general, what I'm seeing most of the time is that some of you are just going so far out of your way because you're so desperate, and it's causing a lot of problems. It's causing you to resent doing it for them because it's costing extra time or extra money or frustration. Like, I can remember a time when we were, I had my online boutiques and we would monogram backpacks, and I had a customer ask, instead of monogramming it on that back area, the main area, could you do it more toward the top of the backpack? And I remember I'm like, okay, we only charge $10 for monogramming. Okay. And fun fact, I had an embroiderer who did all my monogramming, but I actually had a machine myself because I started realizing when they're not shipping on time, or maybe my embroiderer's sick or out of town, I've got to be able to have a way as a backup plan to get stuff embroidered. So I taught myself how to do embroidery. I was not good at it. I was not good. I'm not even kidding. I was not the best, but I took the time to learn and had a machine. And I remember someone asking me this, and I'm like down in my basement with the monogramming machine. I think I ruined like 3 backpacks. It ended up costing me quadruple what this should have cost me in the time and frustration because I was trying to people please and couldn't say no to somebody and say, no, I'm so sorry. That spot on the backpack is so small, it's hard for the machine to get it. I knew it was hard for the machine to monogram appropriately on that little tiny pocket at the top, but I did it anyways as a people please action, whatever you want to call it. I was like trying to people please, trying to get the sale when it was only $10 for monogramming, and my time, sometimes it would take me 30 minutes to monogram. Y'all, it was not worth my time. right? And then to try to do something out of the norm. Some of you I've seen where you ask, you're like, oh, my customer wants me to ship to Asia or whatever, another country. And I'm like, I want you to realize how expensive this is to do this. It's very expensive unless they are willing to eat the cost. You cannot just like give away free shipping or $10 shipping. It's going to cost a lot more. Don't people please say, I'm sorry, we don't ship to that country. Maybe you have a friend or someone else that I can ship it to here in the States or wherever country you're in, Australia or UK or whatever, and maybe they can ship it to you. I think a lot of you, because you have extra time right now, and because you're desperate, you're doing things you shouldn't be doing. Today, I want you to stop bending over backwards. And I know that that's a hard thing to swallow because you want to do everything to get that first sale. But ask yourself, am I bending over backwards because this is actually the best solution and what this person needs? Is this going to get them the result that I think that they need? If it is not, if it's just you people pleasing, then don't do it. Pass on the sale. I'm telling you, it will cost you time. It could cost you money. It's frustrating. Don't do it. Don't bend over backwards always. I think sometimes in the beginning, it's okay. I want you to know that if they ask for an extra service or maybe you need to give a little bit of a discount, that's okay. But please do not do it in a way that's going to cause you resentment, frustration, anger, ruining products, all that stuff. And then you're going to end up having to tell them you can't do it anyways, or it's going to take longer than expected. Now you have an unhappy customer when you were doing this out of desperate energy, trying to people please. Okay. So when you're bending over backwards, ask yourself, am I doing it to people please? Or am I doing it because this is actually a logical thing that needs to happen to help the person get the product, the service, the program, the result, the transformation that they need? Okay. Here's another thing that business owners do just because they can. They add a bazillion products and services to their offering. And I touched on this last week. If you listen to episode 198, if not, go back after this and listen to that. It's about, are you creating work for yourself or are you creating customers and clients? This is just put in another way today so that you will have a different perspective. Maybe if it didn't hit home last week, maybe it will hit home for you this week. Don't add 80 bazillion products and services to your offering. Keep things simple. This is what happened to me. Fun fact. So when I had my online boutiques, I thought everything was cute. Everything that I saw at market was cute. Everything. I'm not a super picky person with food or products or anything. So I'm like, oh yeah, let's get that. Oh, that'll sell. That's precious. That's adorable. I love that. That's stylish. That's modern. Everyone's going to love that. Let me tell you, not everyone loved what I picked out. And so I ended up with excess inventory a lot. And so I was running sales on those products. Now, I would have hot products that would sell, and it was amazing. They were my bread and butter, same product selling over and over. But I was adding so many styles and patterns of, let's say, backpacks or bags or whatever I was selling, that I would end up with those ones that didn't sell, and they just kept sitting there. And I would mark them on sale. I'd mark them 25% off, 30% off, 50% off. They still didn't sell. People did not want those. People did not want those, even though the price was low. I'm sure you've seen products in a store where you're like, I don't care how low that is. I don't want that. Right? I wanted this other pattern or style or size. Right? And so that's what happened to me, is that I would end up with a lot of inventory. And when I closed my businesses, I didn't realize physically what all that inventory looked like because I hadn't been inventorying it myself. It had been at warehouses and fulfillment centers. And when it all got shipped to me, when I closed my business, I knew the numbers, but I didn't know the physical view of this stuff. It was like, say what? It was filling up my garage. Okay, it was filling up my garage. I was humiliated for my husband to see this because I'm like, does this mean I mismanaged my business? I mean, I made money in my business. I was profitable, but I think some of this was leaking out because I had so much extra inventory. Okay, so don't do this. And when you have services, if you're a coach, a consultant, a service provider like me, y'all keep it simple right now. Please, please listen to me. Master one offering and then add another one. Don't go, oh, you know what? I can add these downloads. I'm going to add this course right now. I'm going to add this workshop. I'm going to do one-on-one coaching. I'm going to do all this right this minute. I want you to create a wish list. I did this in Grow Getters the other day in one of our strategy calls. We talked about this where you just, or maybe it was my level up group, but either one, we were talking about how you start simple, you master it, you make sure it's working, you get known for that, and then you add on, and then you add on. But please listen to me when I tell you, adding a bazillion things right now will stretch you thin. And people will be kind of all over the place trying to figure out what to buy from you. And I think in the beginning, it's better to start simple with one offer. If you're a service, coach, anything, one offering, then you can start expanding. But don't go back to number one and start bending over backwards and doing things that don't really get them the result. You're just adding extra work for yourself. Okay. Only add it if it makes sense right now. If like you see a pain point and people are like, no, I really need this, and you're seeing this as a trend, then add it. I'm just saying to be discerning while you're doing this. And don't just add more products and services because you're like, oh, I have time. My kid went off to college, or my kid's in school now. Now all day I can keep creating new products. No, all day you should be working on getting leads and sales. That's what you should be working on all day, because nothing makes me sadder. Nothing makes me sadder than all of you amazing new business owners working your booty off. You've got this passion, you've got this heart, you've got this drive, you've got this soul. You get your business finally open, and then you're so busy creating more stuff that you don't have business coming in. And that breaks my heart like you don't know. I want to help you have a consistent flow of leads and sales coming in. That's why I started Grow Getters, because it broke my heart that new business owners didn't know how to market themselves. They didn't take time to market themselves. They expected that people would just come, and they kept creating more and more, thinking that's what's going to do it. And that is not the case most of the time. It's not more products or services. It's getting good at a simple offer. Okay, so that's the second thing people do. Let's repeat so you don't forget what we're doing. We're going through the things that new business owners are doing just because they can, and it's costing them time, energy, and money. They're bending over backwards and people pleasing. Number two, they're adding bazillions of products and services. Don't do it. Trust me on this. Number three, some new business owners are throwing money at everything. Okay. You may be the one sitting there going, no, I'm broke. I have a part-time job. I'm paying for kids. I'm a single parent. I don't have extra money to throw at everything. So, okay, maybe this isn't you. But there are some that are in different stages of their life. Maybe they're older and are retired. Maybe you're retired. And I say older, I mean that in the most respectful way. I'm older. So everyone realize that. I'm not putting people down. Like, I'm 50, almost 51. Okay. I'm older. But I'm saying I'm at a different stage in my life right now than I was 20 years ago when I was starting my business. Okay. So I'm more comfortable. Our life is more comfortable. My husband's been successful. So one mistake that I've made is throwing money at things because I can. And you're like, wow, lucky you, you get to throw money at things. Hey, this is where I'm at, where I have extra money. Okay. And throwing money at things is not always the answer. It is not. It doesn't necessarily bring you more leads and sales. The first thing that people try to throw money at is Facebook ads right away. Y'all try to start ads. You're desperate. And again, this is out of a desperate energy. You're like, oh my gosh, I have to be doing ads right now. And you try to master it and you watch YouTube videos. Maybe you buy a program. I have no idea. I've done it too. I'm in a program that teaches Facebook ads. I'm going to tell you now, it is hard. And I know there's a lot of marketing to all of us that it's super easy. It's hard. For me, it's been hard. Maybe it's not hard for you. Maybe you throw money at ads at work and it works. But the majority of the new business owners that I work with for a moment are desperate and think, well, if I just fork money over to Facebook, over to Meta for the ads, that this is going to work. And it doesn't always work. Throwing money at things isn't always the solution. I think it's having a simple offer, having a clear message, showing up regularly, building an audience, and then evaluating, is this working? Am I loving this? To me, that's what it's about. That's what I teach in Grow Getters. I don't think throwing money at everything is the solution. Okay. I think some new business owners too go gung-ho and like, I need a $3,000 logo. You don't need a $3,000 logo right now. I'm telling you that. You don't need one. You can make one on Canva right now and get going. You could hire a graphic designer. Like I have a great one that I recommend. She was in the Just Getting Started group, Stephanie Fast, and she can make you a logo and it's reasonable. If you want to pay however, a lower amount and not pay $3,000 for a logo, then you can find people like Stephanie that do that. You don't have to spend bazillions. Please be discerning. Don't throw money at ads or things that aren't really going to be driving leads and sales. That is your number one goal right now, is to get a simple offer out and then start sharing it with the world and start helping people so that you can start getting income, getting testimonials, learning, mastering, and then you can start adding things. Okay. Don't do things in your business just because you can. Do things strategically. Be discerning, because that is where the strategy comes in that is going to propel you now and in the future. Okay. You throwing money at things, adding a million products and services offerings so that you confuse your people, and then bending over backwards where you end up making them unhappy anyways because you took so much time to do something is not helping you. It's not helping you. Okay. So you all know this right now. And if this is you, if you're sitting here today going, yeah, I'm complicating everything. I'm kind of a hot mess. I need to get it together. I need to learn how to market myself so that I'm actually good at this. So I have leads and sales coming in and don't keep spending money or doing things that I don't need to be doing. Then I invite you today into Grow Getters. Make sure you check it out. Don't have it open all the time, but I will be opening it soon. So make sure you just at least register your interest. You'll know about it when I open the doors, and I do private opens where you can come in. I have all kinds of training to help you with your whole marketing strategy, how you're going to have a reliable, repeatable system that's actually in alignment with you. So you don't feel like a big dweeb out there marketing your business. Like you're not awkward and weird. You're actually confident and clear, so people will buy. Okay, your right people will buy. You need a reliable, repeatable strategy, okay, that's focused and simple and in alignment. Okay, make sure you check out Grow Getters. You can go to grow-getters.com, or you can scroll down below and I have it in the show notes. So that's it. Y'all are awesome. Don't do things just because you can. You're wasting time, energy, and money, okay? I love you all. Have a great day. And until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.